Hello, everybody. This is Radhika Iyengar from the Center for Sustainable Development.
This is Heian Shin.
Since many of you missed the second workshop that we conducted because of weather-related reasons, we thought we'll go over in brief some ideas that we had to share at the workshop, and then we'll again get everyone's ideas together for another round of Zoom call that we'll have to get the action going. So for now, we'll just go over this presentation. It will be hosted on our website, and we'll have a we'll basically do an overview of the entire workshop. So we'll go over the program goals. This is our second round, so we have made some changes. Presentation by the Eco Ambassadors, which will be up on our website, and then some next steps, which includes ideas, activities, and timelines. This is our framework. It's too much to grasp, but just very few sentences to explain. There are two components of the Eco Ambassador program, which has moved from a summer project to a school year project. We will be focusing on two elements. The first element is the eco activism element, which is basically we will be making our voice heard through our advocacy processes or through our advocacy work, which is basically speaking to the schools, our communities. There are boards, other committees that we are working with, so that we can get our voice heard in terms of this Eco Ambassador message that we will be passing on. And the second component is the science training. Since we are based at Columbia University, we would like to make use of our expertise here at the Earth Institute so that we can really learn from cutting edge research on various environmental related issues that we are working on with our scientists here. This is our framework that we are using to work on the Eco Ambassadors program. The first part is what is the current global status of this particular issue. And the second part is what are our everyday implications? What are, how does this reflect in our day-to-day interactions? The third is what needs to be done. What are we doing about it, and what needs to be done, and how do we put it into motion? Like, what are we doing to change this particular problem? So the four components, and then more sub-components to see how we can reflect on this particular idea. And this is our basic framework that we'll be following.
And just one thing I'll add here is that these 4 points are important to keep in mind as you go through the year, because this is definitely part of the Eco Ambassador program, but all the other activities that we're doing related to the environment from our center is going to follow these 4 components, whatever the topic might be. So this might be something helpful for you to keep in mind.
Participant profile, Eco Ambassadors. Typically, we've seen our Eco Ambassadors have to put in a lot of effort. Considering that this is the school year going and not summer holidays, we think that maximum up to 5 hours per week would be required, including ideating and putting those ideas in place. So if we don't have enough time, and maybe this may not be the semester or the academic year for you, it needs some work to put all these ideas into practice. Parent mentors, again, parents need to be involved around 3 to 5 hours per week also, to give ideas, to work with everyone, to work with your own child to bring this entire idea together. One thing very important to consider here is that we all need to be familiar with the Sustainable Development Goals. There are total 17 Sustainable Development Goals, and we see that the eco-environment work actually spills over many Sustainable Development Goals. Definitely 13 is something that we are targeting, but there are many other environmental related work that we will be going through in this particular program that spills over 14, 15, other areas as well. Just a quick brief on what we did this past summer. We had our Eco Ambassadors work throughout the summer, and then they presented their work at the International Conference for Sustainable Development 2019 at Columbia University, which was attended by a lot of foreign dignitaries and we were so happy to have our eco-ambassadors present their work in front of world leaders. And so this was very, very inspirational for all of us, not just the eco-ambassadors. So we will plan to do something similar. It's an ongoing process, so we will plan to do something similar, or other activities that we'll be doing as a culmination of the eco-ambassadors work for 2019-2020 academic year.
And so before we kind of go into the activities for this year, if you can take a moment to look at the presentations of the eco ambassadors who presented at the conference, that would be great. You'll see, we'll post this online, but you'll see here the web address so that you could access the videos of the 2 eco ambassador groups that presented. As well as follow-up conversations that Radhika here had over summer with the eco ambassadors a month later on what are some advice that they have, very practical considerations. So I'm doing a screen share here just so that you could see our website. If you go to ed4sd, so Education for Sustainable Development, abbreviated.org, and then you get to the resources and activities. You can also, it's part of the blog as well. You'll see here, second one down, Eco Ambassador. This is a little surprise screen we're getting. But when you click on that, you'll be directed to the blog. And their conversations are here. And all 4 videos, you'll see them by their names. So there are 4 videos. So make sure you check those out later on.
Next steps for eco ambassadors and some plans and timeline for 2020. In our first workshop that happened last week, second workshop, sorry, couldn't work on it because of the weather related issues. But here are some ideas that came up. This year we will be targeting plastic. That is the issue that we will be working on collectively. There will be some collective steps that we will be doing together as eco ambassadors, but there will also be individual opportunities for individual students and their mentors to work on together. So these are some ideas. I won't go line by line, but the idea, main broad idea, collective idea, is basically to target events around our communities and schools, big events that may use plastic, and how can we become those ambassadors where we stop asking people, where we'll stop basically using plastic in those big events. Across the year, we'll have many different venues where people can come together, maybe through talks, maybe through some collective action. Maybe we'll do some plastic transit walks, and other things that we are focusing on. Spreading awareness through newsletters and communication is our big step here, because we need to get inspiration from each other, and if we don't share ideas as we go along, we will not get inspired. So it's very important that we share ideas, and we'll do it through our website. And so please keep sending all your ideas that you're doing through our particular website. And this is just an idea that we have: school-based cafeterias and services, and how we can stop plastic pollution there. There may be many ideas that you have, and so feel free to send us those ideas on the website that Hein mentioned. There's a forum where we can put in those ideas as well.
Mm-hmm. And I know we just quickly went over, Radhika went over the Eco Ambassador profile a few slides ago. I would say please don't be discouraged by the number of hours of commitment. As you can see, this continued year-long program is a little bit different in that it's the community really collectively coming together. So it's not that every single person has a single different project that they have to take on and it's all on them to do throughout the year. We're going to put events together, workshops together, and that's all part of being an eco ambassador. So the time commitment will change from week to week. It will have a lot of variations. We know that we're all busy throughout the year, so we're cognizant of that. So we're really trying to make it more event-based, collective, and community action-based. I think this was part of the conversation for this slide, so we'll post that online.
Next step, come up with your ideas for plastic pollution, focusing again on plastic pollution, because many activities are going on across plastic, and this year we plan to focus on plastic. So come up with your ideas, share it on the forum that we have on the website. There is a separate link on plastic pollution. Definitely share your ideas there. It could be around, and we can present some ideas as we go along. We will keep having these Zoom conferences or meetings so that we can exchange ideas, and you'll have a much more interactive presence using Zoom. And we'll all share, we'll be able to discuss these things. And then again, focusing on targeted events like Thanksgiving, Halloween before that, Christmas, or during holiday season, and then going ahead. Similarly, we will plan to have a workshop, science related workshop somewhere in between, and also talks in between to give you some motivation and guidance on where things are. We'll invite guest speakers that they can be, other youth who are doing amazing work on plastic pollution, or it could be a scientist who's working on microplastic, and we'll get to see what they are focusing on.
And especially for those of you, as Radhika just mentioned, who couldn't be part of the in-person workshop, please do check out this forum for your posting. This is the link that Radhika was just referring to. So when you get to the website, you could get to it by going to here, more, and then you'll see the forum here, and then it'll take you to this page, and then you could just start posting. We have left this page open so that even non-members could just go ahead and write your post. So please go ahead and do that with your ideas and to stay connected with us.
This is our email IDs, and if you have any questions, if you have other ideas, you want to be a part of something, or you want to share something that goes beyond the forum, definitely feel free to connect. And hoping that we will get to meet you very soon on a particular issue, on a particular event. But before that, I think we all need to prepare. These slides are with you. You will be able to see the program that we are talking out, and to let you know that this is not just in one place. This program is going to multiple locations, and so we are very excited, but we also can't be physically present in all these locations. So I think it is important that we somehow manage to use technology to the best of our ability.
Yeah, so please treat the website as a place where we are connecting and getting to just chat as if it were in person. Not as good, but we'll, use what we can.
Thank you for joining us today. We'll be in touch very soon. Send us emails, and also send us your ideas through our forum. Thank you.
Thank you.